Hey guys, ciao ragazzi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are here for the first time, you are so welcome. My name is Lina, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you my experience living in Rome. Okay, so yes, I know a lot of people would want to live in Rome or would want to visit, and maybe you'd want to hear my experience, or maybe you want to just know what you should expect when you come to Rome. So if that is the case, this might probably help. Okay, I'm hoping that this video helps you, but in any case, let's just go ahead and do this video. In case you still haven't subscribed to my channel, go down below, hit the subscribe button, and yes, let's just do this video. So I lived in Rome for 3 years, about 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and then I just left because it's all nice when you're just there, but it was just too much. It was just too much. Anyways, let's just start with the video already. So like I said, I lived in Rome for almost 3 years. And in those 3 years, I did 2 years of my undergraduate in Rome, and it was very hectic. It was very different from what I was used to. So I live in the north. Like, I live in the north in the sense that I am from the province of Treviso. Okay, and I just decided to do my master's in Rome because I just wanted to change, just change environment, just see what is out there for me. And I was like, oh, why not go to Rome? So yeah, that was what happened. Rome was beautiful. Rome was an adventure. Rome was so nice, but it had a lot of challenges as well. Like, most of my good memories I think I had in Rome, and most of my terrible memories I also had in Rome. Okay, so it was just a mixture of everything. In any case, the first thing that I noticed when I came to Rome was the weather. Like, the weather was just insane. The weather was just beautiful. I think the Roman weather is so nice. Yes, it can get very cold, but I mean, it never gets too cold. I remember when I was in Rome, it roamed. When I was in Rome, it snowed once, and they had not had snow in a very long time. Like, I'm talking ages. They had not had snow in ages, and trust me, everything was shut down. Like, because they were not used to the snow and everything was shut down. The buses were not working, schools were closed. It was just insane. And I was like, wait, it snowed just one day and you guys are shutting everything down? That's because, like, it never snows in Rome. Like, so the weather is always so nice. It can get cold, but it never really gets very cold. So yeah, the weather was just very beautiful. So trust me, if you get here like during summer, it's going to be super beautiful, but it's going to be extremely hot. So just be prepared for that, okay? When I first came, I actually lived in Torpignatara, and Torpignatara is actually close to the city center in the sense that you could get a metro, and in 20 minutes or even less, you are at the Roma Termini. You are already at, like, the train station, the major train station. So transportation wise, it was cool. So far as you live close to the Metro A area, like, you are covered. When you move away from that area, okay, because Rome is huge. Rome is huge. Once you move away from the red line, you are doomed. You are literally doomed because the means of transportation is not really there. Like, you don't get buses every 10 minutes. You don't get buses like every 15 minutes. Apart from the fact that it's very difficult to even get transportation anyways, like, but once you move away, that is just it, okay? You just have to make do with what you have. So you just want to make sure that you are around a place where it's easy for you to get, like, transportation, okay? Like I said, transportation is not reliable. Like, you cannot rely on the public transport for, just to get to places on time and stuff like that. Because one, it's very likely that you might be waiting for, like, your buses and stuff, and the buses will never ever arrive, okay? they're not going to be arrived on time. The metros are quite reliable. The metros are like almost reliable, but the buses, trust me, you cannot trust them. You cannot trust them, okay? So if you think buses are not working, I'm going to be relying on Uber, you're lying, because what is that? It doesn't exist. Taxis, yes, they do exist, but it is very, very difficult to also get taxis. You can't just call a taxi and say, come and pick me up here and here. Like, it's not reliable. I remember one day I was so stranded, okay? I was stranded by the roadside and I called up a taxi, guys. It took me, guys, I'm not even talking about 10, 20 minutes. It took me a very, very long time before I was able to get into contact with a taxi, for the taxi to even come and pick me up. Like, so you cannot rely on transportation. Like, it's just not reliable like that. Like I said, if you live in the city center, if you live around the train station area, if you live around Trastevere area, if you live around those areas, it is quite easy for you to, catch buses and catch trams and catch the metros and stuff like that. But once you're away from the city center, once you're just away from that small area and you do not have a car, that's it. That is it. And you might also have the option to rent a car, okay? So you have Enjoy. I don't know if there's any other thing, but I'm only aware of Enjoy. That is a rental company in Rome, and you can just rent their cars and just, move around. But you just have to be careful with how you drive. Because if you're not an expert in driving anywhere, do not attempt to drive in Rome, because the Rome drivers are insane. Like, it's mind blowing, okay? I was knocked down by a car whilst crossing the zebra crossing. I was crossing the zebra crossing. Guys, I was still knocked down. So that should let you know that you guys should be safe out there. Like, be safe in Rome when you're driving, because people are just, it is just what it is, okay? I know people will be like, oh, if you can't drive, people will be like, oh, if you can drive in Rome, you can drive anywhere. I don't know about that, because you have not also tried driving in Naples, okay? But in any case, people are just insane when it comes to driving, so you just have to be very careful. So I think I'm just going back and forth. Listen, I'm doing this video with no structure. I'm just telling you my experiences in Rome, so there's no structure to this at all, okay? So like I said, public transportation is just a mess. You can't rely on public transportation, and the traffic is insane. So if you have to go anywhere, okay, I would advise that you leave earlier. Just leave the house early, because put in your mind, you just have to put this in mind, that you cannot rely on public transport. That is one. Two, there is probably going to be a lot of traffic, okay, depending on what time it is, but there is going to be a lot of traffic. So you just have to make sure that you have left the house a bit early, so that in case of any, mishaps, and in case of anything, you are kind of covered, okay? So just put that in mind. Public transportation are reliable. Traffic, the road is terrible. The Roman road is terrible, guys. Sometimes I would sit in a bus, and by the time I got to uni, I already had a headache. From all the galloping and from all the potholes, I would arrive in uni and I would be having a terrible headache. It's insane. Now, this is very, very common when you live outside of the city center, okay? When you live outside of the center of Rome, like I said, it is just chaos. It is just madness. But if you live in the center, it is okay. Like, it is quite okay. When you move away, it is insane. So just it feels like I'm just saying only negative things about Rome, but don't worry, I will come to the positives, okay? I'm just letting you know what you should expect. I'm being realistic, what you should expect, okay? Also, if you live in Rome and if you're not just visiting, okay? If you live in Rome but not as a tourist, but you are living in Rome, you also have to know that things are not going to be very, very fast. Like, things are not going to be super quick for you. Let's say you want to do some paperwork, you want to do some stuff like that. You can't go there and get what you want in one day. It is impossible. It is literally impossible. Okay, you just have to be patient with the system, because the system is quite different. And this is something that I had to deal with. I had to deal with this, because you might go there one day and the person that you meet might tell you something. You go there another time, another person tells you another thing. Like, can you guys be on the same page? Can you guys just be on the same page? But it's never like that. You just have to be patient. Like I said, just be patient with the system. And I think when you start to think like that, you might not really get too frustrated, okay? Because you have to preserve your sanity, guys. You have to preserve your sanity. Oh, and also, yes, it's really, really common to see bins all over the place. It's just common. Okay, it is common. So in case you see a pile of, just rubbish somewhere, it's okay. Nothing has happened. Non è successo niente. Nothing has happened. It's just normal. It's just Rome, okay? But you would not usually find this in the center, okay? You would always find this almost away from the center, like just a little bit away from the center. You find these things. But it is just, I think maybe because Rome is just too big. I don't know. I don't want to give any excuses, but I think it's just madness. Because you would expect that Rome being the capital of Italy, it would have a lot of all these, proper things. It would have efficient, like, system and stuff like that. But no, in reality, it doesn't. So, just be aware of that, okay? Just be aware of that. So yeah, or we also be aware of pickpocketers. Oh my God, you cannot walk in Rome not clenching your bag. It's one rule to live in Rome: always clench your bag. Hold on tight to that bag. Hold on tight to that bag, ma'am. I'm not even joking, because you never know. People are always going to try to pickpocket you. The metros are not safe. The buses are not safe. I've had experiences where somebody took my phone from my bag, and I just turned to the person, not even knowing that this person had taken something from me, because I just did not find my phone in my bag. And I turned to this person that was next to me and I was like, where's my phone? Can you believe that the person just handed me my phone just like that? There was no arguments, nothing. He just literally handed me my phone. And that was because I went to him, like, that was because I was so confident in the way I asked. And so he thought, oh, maybe she knew that I had a phone. He just gave me my phone, no questions asked, okay? So you guys have to be very, very careful when it comes to, your belongings, when it comes to your wallets, when it comes to your bags, when it comes to stuff. I think the first time this happened to me, it was a Sunday. The first time I moved to Rome, it happened to me. Like, the first time I decided to go out, when I came to Rome, my stuff was stolen. And I went to the police station that was at the Termini station, and trust me, there were a lot of tourists who were just, crying, who were just frustrated because they had been pickpocketed, and it's not really a pleasant thing. So you guys should just be aware of that. You guys should just take care of your stuff. Like, okay, now moving on to, like, the good things. Now, the good things about living in Rome is that you are surrounded by history, you are surrounded by culture, you are surrounded by beauty. Now, this also depends on where you live. I'm telling you, it always depends on where you live, because if you live around the center, you can just go out, take a walk, and the next turn you have the Pantheon. Like, the next turn you have Piazza Venezia. The next turn you have this, you have that. Like, it is so beautiful when you live in Rome and you live in a place where everything is just accessible, rather than living, somewhere in the outskirts. But when you live in the center, it is so beautiful because, like I said, you are surrounded by beauty. You are surrounded by nice things. You are surrounded by, nice places to eat, nice restaurants, nice people. Now, one thing about the Roman people is they are very, very open. Now, I noticed this when I first moved to Rome, because like I said, I live in the north and people up here are very, very reserved. Listen, you can walk by and even greet somebody and the person is not even going to mind you. Like, people are that, you know, like that. But in Rome, people are just open. And I think I had a lot of fun when I went to Rome because the people that I came across were very, very, lively, were just nice people. They were just nice people, just warm people. And that is something that it was very, very easy to tell. Like, it was very, very easy to tell. Roman people are very, very warm people, very loud, but also very warm people. So you will come across people that are just very nice, and that is just the nature of these people. So yeah, I personally had wonderful encounters with the people that I made friends with, okay? I made friends with a lot of people that in uni than I did in Venice. Like, I went out more in Rome than I went out more in Venice. That was because I made that decision too. In Venice, nobody will come and bother you and say, oh, let's just do this, let's do this. Everybody's just to themselves. In Rome, everybody's like, let's go here, like, let's do this, let's do this. Like, people are that bubbly, people are that hyper. And once you find those people, you are going to love Rome, okay? Even if you don't find those people, it's easy for you to just walk out, go to where? Piazza Navona, go to Piazza Trilussa, go to, Campo dei Fiori. Listen, there's so many places to go in Rome, and you are never ever going to be disappointed. I think I personally had a good experience when I went to Rome. I think I discovered myself more because I just came into contact with a lot of people who were very, very open. And that is not the case here. And that is not the case where I'm at. Like, in Rome, I had very, very great experiences when it comes to work. The people I worked with, oh my God, they were amazing. The friends I made from uni, the friends I made outside of uni, they were all very, very nice people, very open people. And so I did not leave Rome because I was like, oh my God, I can't stay here anymore. People are like this, people are like that. Yes, people were a certain way. I had very, very terrible encounters with people who were just ignorant people because of who I am, because of how I looked. Yes, I had those encounters. But at the end of the day, I left Rome having very, very good memories with the people that I kind of became close with, like with my colleagues from work, with people from uni, with people that I met outside of uni. We just had this bond, and that was because these guys were just open by themselves. They were just nice people by themselves, okay? So even regardless of how things don't really function well in Rome, I still, in a way, liked living in Rome because of the people that I was surrounded with, because of the energy that was in Rome, okay? Also, your experiences will also depend on where you're from. Now, if you are from the USA and you're used to a certain type of lifestyle, it is obvious that when you come to Italy, you are not going to be able to get exactly that vibe. Like, you will not get all those efficiency, like, things done at a certain time and things done very well. You will probably not get that. Like, with good roads, good transportation, good blah blah blah, you will not get that, okay? You will not get that. But I think that experiences are experiences that you learn to appreciate things differently. You learn to appreciate people, you learn to appreciate culture, and I think that is the most important thing. Knowing that you cannot expect a place to be like what you're used to. You cannot expect everybody to be like you, the same way you can't expect people to be like you, or the same way you can't expect people to like you. That is the same way you can't expect to like places, and you can't expect things to be the way you want it to be just because you're used to a certain type of lifestyle. It just doesn't work. But these are the things that I experienced in Rome. I experienced a lot of open nasty comments just because of how I looked like, okay? But that is not even the point. I'm not even going to put into I'm not even going to talk to you guys about living in Rome as a black person. Like, no, I have already done a video about living in Italy as a black person, and in that video there was a little bit of my experiences in Rome as a black person, but I'm just generally telling you what the general feeling is like in Rome. Okay, the general feeling is the feeling of somewhat chaos, but also beauty. So it's a mixture, it's a complex city which has very, very nice, culture, very, very beautiful place and nice culture. But it also has its challenges, and that is just something you should take into account. Don't expect to come to Rome and be wowed, like 100%, 110% wowed, and then you get here and you're like, oh my god, like, what is this, what is that, what is this? Expect it because I told you. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want me to share my encounters and my experiences living in Italy, when it comes to work, when it comes to education, when it comes to dating, when it comes to, all of those things, let me know. Because yeah, it would be really, really fun coming from me, because I have experienced quite a few things, but it would really, really be fun to do those types of videos for you. And yeah, listen, this video is not structured at all, so if I was all over the place, just bear with me. Okay, so I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, don't forget to thumbs up my video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, also expect there to be a strike every single week. Listen, this was something I was like, oh my god, why is there a strike every single week? The buses go on strike every single week. Like, once in a week you have a strike. At first, when I moved to Rome, yeah, it was like every single Thursday there was a strike. And then it moved to every single Tuesday there is a strike. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Why is there a strike every single time? Why can't we just enjoy the public transportation? Like, what is the problem? And that is because there is problem.